Hello, this is Nam again. I'm back in Unity, and I have excellent news for myself, and that is that my tablet is working again. I just had a horrible time installing, reinstalling, overinstalling, removing stuff, but I got it to work, and the culprit that was why I started doing all this is that my tablet right alt click didn't zoom in anymore. Now if you have this problem, it's because of this little button here. Don't use Windows Ink. If you use Windows Ink, you can't right click and drag. It gets translated to a left click and drag. If you are not using Windows Ink, you can right click and drag. You see it because I get a right click menu after the drag, and that's what you need to do in Unity. So fixed. Onwards to better pastures. Now the next step I want to take with my small flame thing is first, before I do all kinds of nice dynamic things, I want to attach it to my lighter here. So here's a little lighter. Let me turn off the horrible orange display here. As you can see, there's a lighter here. It's on the shelf here, and I think it's only just this mesh here. Can it? Nah. Okay, let's select it again. Yeah, here it is. So let me just duplicate this lighter out of here. Oh, that's horrible how it gets pasted into the bottom when the rest of my stuff that I'm working on is at the top here. So just getting it in place. So here's my lighter. I'll just for now attach the small frame to it. Maybe reset it. So, and I will want to have it right around here, I guess. Let me check out if this looks okay. Hope it still works. Oh, right. I forgot that we're dealing with a physical object here, so it fell to the ground. No worries. Let's just check if this works. Yes, it's huge, but it works. Scale that down a little, like so. That should be okay. Noise, very noise. Let me copy the transform settings here. Copy, stop, and paste them back in. There we go. Now let's just make the rigid body of the lighter here kinematic and not use gravity for now then. And I'll just set it up so it will stay afloat when I release it here. This is a new VR, and I can enable kinematics on detach, so when you release it, it should stay in the middle of the air. Not that we're handling it right now, but then at least it won't start falling to the floor when we experiment here. Hello? And light up. Wonderful. Yes. Cool. So, save that. Just want to check my recording levels. Is this okay? Yeah, it should be okay, right? Excuse me. Now, the thing I thought about to make it work, problem is, well, what's the positive word for problem? You know, the one, like, it's not a problem, it's, oh, God, having trouble finding words here. Never mind. Let me turn that sound off. The exercise, let's call it that, here is to have it both work for Rift touch control and 5 touchpad control. And I thought for a lighter like this, it should be nice to just flick the thumbstick on touch and or click the trackpad on Vive to activate it. So that's what I'm gonna do. The problem though is that currently gets used by the teleport system. As soon as you flick the thumbstick, the teleport system gets working, so you can teleport around. So that would mean that as soon as you're holding the little lighter in your hand here, we should prevent the teleport system from picking up the input and instead call on the ignite function and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna try in this session. Let's see if I can kind of illustrate the problem. Here's my Flexi TP player. Don't worry about the name, that's just what I'm calling it. And I believe, yeah, the Flexi TP manager here is what drives all the teleport systems. I believe I double clicked it. Maybe I should double click it better. There we go. Hello, hello. Yes. Very good. Now I'll just find the code that brings up the teleport just to get an idea of how to prevent the teleport from kicking into action when you flick the stick. So we should probably search for the update function. Get teleport input does something. Update. If here's where it happens. So simply spoken, if we're not already running our teleport system, so we're already pushing the stick and the teleport spot is being displayed, and the get teleport input function returns a, well, we could still use this. This is nice. We could probably use this to also get a flick. If the input on either the pad on Vive or the thumbstick on touch is bigger than 0, so in short you're inputting something, that's when we want to light our lighter, I guess. Now it's just a start go routine run teleport fishing, and the teleport fishing runs the bit where you have the little fishing rod type arced teleport thing. I guess I should just show you what I mean. So you probably know what I mean. It's just, you know, this thing. I call that teleport fishing. That's what runs when you keep it pressed. We don't want that to happen. I think we can tweak the get teleport input for I can talk you through what I'm doing here. Let me see, a teleport input. Oh, I made a public class of that. Where do I define that? It's probably a local class. Interesting. It's been a while that I've been here. Okay, it's just a struct. So it holds a hand, it holds a thumb direction. Where is it? Let's get teleport import. Here, just measure the direction of the right and left thumbsticks, which can be the trackpad or the thumbstick. If we're using Vive and don't mind the debug stuff, we just measure the click instead of the extension of the thumb. This is all a bit involved for simply flicking a switch. Sure to say, if we're flicking the thumbstick, teleport input will return a vector larger than 0. And if we're only clicking it, it will just create an up vector here, larger than 0, and return that. So in fact, I guess we should simply start applying a function over here. First, we check if the and met calls that gives teleport. This is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm just thinking out loud here. We might flick it around. And it gives teleport input is holding objects that should how do you call it? Let's say hijack the input for its own use. In which case, in case that we're holding the lighter in our right hand and we try teleporting, we should just flick the lighter, create a flame instead of teleporting, and then we'll just have to teleport with our left hand. How we check that, we are not sure yet. So if false, then run the hijack code, I guess. Else, just start that coroutine. This should work. Now, how do we hijack the hand? Let me see. Yeah. Since I'm still thinking up how to do this, excuse me for moving about my HMD. Sometimes this could be a bit boring because it's just me thinking out loud. I'm imagining that we may want to subscribe to this function here. Okay, let's do that. So, public function or action, I guess. Oh, we don't have action. That's because we're not using system. Ooh, I don't like using system because it also prevents me from using dot action. Yeah. On, let's see, left and hijack on the left and input hijack. I don't know. Do you spell hijack like this? I guess. Public system action on right and input hijack. So we have two system actions that we can subscribe to. This is the Flexi TV Manager. The Flexi TV Manager, I believe. Oh, it's not an what's it called? A singleton. Okay, too bad. So what we're gonna check for here in our if statements is let's do a multiple if on the left and input hijack is not null, and our okay, we need to cache this. Teleport input returns and teleports input equals get teleports input, and then we just use, well, let's call this TP input. Let's cache that, and TP input dot hand. It's a transform, that hand. That's not super useful right now. So here's your struct. Let's see. Right hand and right hand here is a transform. I guess FlexTP Manager doesn't know the right hand from their left hand. Does it have a link somewhere to? Well, it can compare this one. Yeah, that should be okay. Where were we? Because I have my code zoomed in this big, it's hard to find back where I was. Okay, let's go over here. Hand equals left hand. That will signify that we're teleporting with the left hand while holding something in our left hand that has hijacked the input. So if that happens, then we just run on left and input hijack. Else if, and that's kind of similar, we just put this over here and change that in to this right hand input hijack, and the hand is equal to right hand will go on right and input hijack, and we keep this else here. Yeah. Now, it should only be a matter of having an object like the lighter. This one here. Hijack that code. Okay. Now, since I assume that we will want to have more interactive objects that do something when you flick the teleport control while holding it, I'm going to make this a bit of a general function. We will create a C# script on the lighter that we will call usable objects. I don't like that name at all. Usable. It's just it's an object that should respond to a flick or keyboard touch control or game control input. So usable object is useless as a name. Let's call it holdable. It's holdable. No behavior script. Okay, it's interactable item already. So interactable with input. Let's do it like this. It should be okay. Copy that name over to the code. Yep. And yep. There we go. Now I should be able to drop it here. Interactable with input. Come on. Finish your compiling business. Thank you. There we go. So it's funny because there are already a few use button down, use button up things here in Newton VR, but we're gonna ignore those. The only thing that we are gonna add in here is that it will subscribe. Public void start. Not interaction start. Grab interactable. And then a new .vr dot hand nvr hand, I guess public void release interactable. New .vr nvr hand. We need the NVR hand here to decide if we're in the left or in the right hand, I think. So we have two public functions here now. That would mean that if... Oh, sorry, I'm using the mouse again. See, there's an onBegin interaction function on the NVR interactable here. This means in the context of Newton, as soon as we grab and hold something, this gets called. So we drop a lighter in here and we look for the function here with grab interactable on NVR hand. We don't want to have a hand here. We can remove that because we're quite sure that we will be attached to an Newton VR dot NVR interactable. I will keep it as that. Actable. We cache that in a week. Interactable is get component Newton VR. Oh, Newton VR NVR interactable. There we go. And via that function, that components, we will be able to figure out which hand is carrying us. So I should change the parameter over here. Remove it. It's missing it because I removed the parameter. So let's just grab interactable like this. On end interaction, we call on our same objects, release interactable. So as soon as I grab it with the controller, the lighter here, this function should get gold. As I release it, this function should get gold. Now, the naive way of doing this is just finding Flexi Teleport Manager. And this one isn't a singleton. Maybe we should turn this into a singleton. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. I don't think we should. It'll mean a lot of extra code. I don't like that. So let's cache it. Flexi TP manager. TP manager. Just have a function here because we want to call this probably elsewhere. So void find TP manager. If TP manager is already something, then we will simply return else TP manager is gets find object of type TP manager flex TP manager. That's all, and we will just call that always find TP manager, and it will just bug out if there's not a teleport manager in the scene. We'll worry about that later, because there will always be a teleport manager in the scenes right now. At least in scenes that contain an interactable with input. So, so as soon as, okay, I'm gonna remove this one because we will TP manager. Oh, on left hand input hijack. Let's just use left hand right now. Let's call that. So let's first write the function. Voids of public void react to input. I'm not very good at coming up with quick parameter names. Usually when I'm coding without recording it, I think about 5 minutes per function name, but I can't do that on camera, I guess. This reacts to input. Oh, input. So, and over here, we should be able to assume that this TP manager is filled in this function, because we will never release something that we didn't grab. TP manager on the left and input hijack minus react to input, like so. And in react to input, we'll just use a unity event. Well, where did I find unity events? Unity engine.event. Nope. Dot events. Events dot unity event. This one. So like so. But click unity events on get input there on get in input dot invoke. Right. Let's see if this works. I'm keeping it relatively messy here. There's a lot of ways to optimize this, but let's just get something working first. So my LiDAR, my interactable with input here, now has a on get input that should get called if how do you say, if there is a teleport input being sent to this hand. So I can add an event to here. I could just drop the small frame in here, and small frame controller could just send the ignite flame command. This should actually already work. It's only that I will want to, I've now hard coded this using the left hand. I will, yeah, let's keep it in the left hand. Let's just see what happens if I run this. Okay. Oh, I'm not even close to the LiDAR yet. Let's see. There's my LiDAR. I can grab it with this hand and teleport myself around, because this is my right hand. I hope it doesn't drop. It doesn't. And if I grab it with this hand and I flick my teleport, oh, it doesn't yet work. Ah, that's too bad. Okay, let's see what's wrong. Just pausing it, seeing if there's error messages. Nope, no error messages. Let's just walk through the code. So, grab interactable. Let's debug log subscribing to inputs. Like so. And then we go to this declaration here on the left hand. Oh, bad highlighting here. I hate it when that happens. Let me fix that by closing it and going to it again. Yes. If this is not equal to let me first of all put me as a player into the caravan so I don't have to teleport around before I kind of get to the here we are, to the lighter here. This is where I am at my desk, this square here, so I know more or less where I can get the lighter. So I'm just positioning my workspace here so I can press play and be immediately next to the lighter. Hey, it works. Why didn't it work before? So if I hold this one, I get a teleport function. If I hold this one, oh, this is weird. I still get a teleport function. And again. And again. This is not something that should happen. But first time it worked. Let me check again. See what's wrong. So I pick it up and I flick my, and it just works. Pick it up again. And now it works until I start teleporting. And then once I have teleported, aha. Wait a moment. So once I start teleporting for the first time, I keep teleporting. I think I know what's the problem. Okay, back to my code. FlexiTP Manager is running this bit only once, probably. And then it starts the coroutine here. And it's over here. We're already running this. Yeah. It's running this loop. And over here we have an infinite loop that always runs the teleport fishing loop here. How do we fix this? I could probably disable the loop. Let's see where it ends. Oh, it's so big. Yes, at the warping here it ends. Because that's what the original code did. And then it just broken out of the coroutine every time you have teleported, and then it should go back to checking with an update if it is running, and if it's not running, what the input is. So compile that. are. So I pick it up and it works. I release it and I can teleport. I pick it up and I can't teleport anymore. Woo! Okay. I pick it up with this hand. And with this hand I can still teleport, but that's because I hard-coded in the left hand right now. So, okay. Now let's first make it turn offable. Let me check the time as well. How long am I recording already? Already 45 minutes. So let me just quickly make it turn offable. Interact with input. And small flame controller here. We should probably implement a toggle instead of the ignite flame, snuff out flame, which could simply be public void toggle flame. If so if, excuse me, I have two cases here. If flame object dot active self equals false, then ignite flame. But this is not just this. Oh, sorry. I'm usually reformatting just to help me think about stuff. Or if we're the process of is snuffing out, because if we're in the process of is snuffing out, we should be able to again reignite it, right? Yeah. Okay. Then we ignite the flame, else we snuff out the flame. Should this work? I think this should be good. Just reformat this like so. So we now have a toggle flame control. So in the lighter here, we shouldn't call ignite flame, but we should call, where's my toggle frame? Oh, we're still compiling. Come on, yes. Let's see, can we use toggle flame here now? Yes. Okay, one more quick test. There's a small problem here. If we're in the process of igniting or snuffing out, it doesn't work. Okay, so because immediately the next frame the snuff out gets cold. I can't give an input quick enough to snuff it out right now. Let me change that. Let's see. Maybe use something else here. If this is false, I can only ignite it if the flame object is inactive. That's okay. Then we ignite the flame in which we set it to active, Set and reset the triggers. Toggle flame. Yeah, this should do it. Come on, this should work. Waiting for the compile. Yes. This works. Go away! So I flick it, and if I keep flicking it, keep pressing it, it reverberates here because it gets turned on, and immediately because it is active, it gets turned off again. So, but maybe yeah, I think I want to flick control. So I flick the thumbstick and it turns on. I flick it again and it turns off. That seems okay. I could also implement it like you need to keep thumbstick pressed. But if that works better, then we will do that another way. Let's just implement a flick, or another day. We'll just implement a flick control first. Okay. Should just be a matter of also implementing this public string active flame state equals flaming, I think, right? Let me check. What was that state? Animator here. Come on, reduct yourself. Flaming with a small f. So flaming with a small f. Hey. Flaming apply int active flame state hidden state name hash active flame state hash is a numerator string to hash active flame state. So now if is nothing out and flame object as itself, we also need to track if we're is being ignited. With this bool, we will also check when we ignite the flame is being ignited is true, because as long as we're being ignited, this is not good, because this would mean that if we keep pressing the button, it will immediately turn itself off again. And what we want to have is, no matter if you flick the input or if you I'm not sure what I want to do. If you flick the input or if you keep it pressed, the flame should keep flaming, right? Is being ignited is true. Because if we do it like this, tracking is being ignited, then tracking here in a function that looks like this, that if we're being ignited but entering into the flaming state, then we're not longer being ignited but just active. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. This is messy. What you don't want to happen is if you press the thumbstick, keep it pressed, that the flame will extinguish itself automatically because you keep pressing the function. We shouldn't do that. So I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this for now. Probably add it back in later. And I need better logic here. Sorry for being a bit messy here. What I really want to do is also register public void set over here. Maybe it's over here. So with this input controller, this function gets called, and there's input being gotten. Oh, no, sorry. I want other events, Unity event on black input. There. So this is an event that we can subscribe to or call out when there isn't any input. Okay, I'm sorry guys, this is getting too messy to explain while thinking it up. I will leave it at this. We got it working for a bit, but I really need to focus on the logic of when it ignites and when it gets extinguished now. I better not do that on camera because it's going to be messy. Code will change around a lot, so there's not much to learn from it. So I'm keeping it at this for now. I don't know exactly what I changed back to my code now, but I have me a lighter that I can flick on and flick off, which is a start. Should be good. So next step will be adding, after the logic works, adding interactions like this. Okay, something for the next time. Take care. Toodles. Magic.